Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first day of the 2025 European Sub-Junior and Junior Classic Powerlifting Championships here in Druskininkai, Lithuania, presented by Maniac Fitness. My name is Alexandre Naudin, aka RDE Coach, and I'm here joined by the one and only Ratsem Ivan. How are we feeling?
We are feeling great this morning. We have just arrived yesterday in Lithuania, quite an eventful journey for some of us, but we are ready to get into the lifting, and we'll be starting off with the sub-juniors, with sub-junior women 43, 47 and 52, followed right after by the men sub-junior 53s and 59s. This is the start list here, and from the looks of it, we are gonna have quite a battle in each of the categories today.
Yep, 5 weight classes, 20 athletes, and how many records are gonna be broken this morning? Quite a lot, I'd say.
If everything goes smoothly for each of the athletes looking to break a record, I think we're looking at at least 5, 6.
I mean, 2025 has been an insane year for powerlifting, and I think this last championship of the year is gonna be no exception.
Absolutely, and we are already preparing the bar for the first lifter.
Yup, Martina Chodera from Poland, 60 kilos in the 43s. She's 14 years old. Chief referee is checking that the rack is properly adjusted and will be underway for this 2025 European Sub-Junior and Junior Championship. Hopefully a good start. We need 3 white lights for the first lift. That's what we need.
Usually you want the first lift in the championships to go well. Paves the way for all the others, and there she comes.
Finally, the first bar is loaded. Some early morning lifting. The cold bar on your back, but very smooth, very speedy. 3 white lights. There we go.
A good start to the championship, and we're moving on into the 47 kilo category next.
Yeah, we're gonna switch back and forth from the 43s, 47s and 52s, but only sub-juniors for the time being.
Only sub-juniors up until Tuesday, the 2nd of December, when we start with the juniors.
So back-to-back athletes from Poland on the platform. Now it's Nadia Lopucanska, 82.5. She's one of many athletes to open above a registered personal best. I mean, that's not a surprise when you're that young.
Absolutely, in the first attempt looks quite good. It's 3 white lights. There was a 10% increase of her personal best just on her first attempt.
Now representing Israel is Yael Shemesh, 85 kilos. She's forecasted in 4th position in the 47s, but very much in a tight battle for the podium with the following athletes: Yakovenko from Ukraine. It looks like maybe only one jump, one mishap is separating the two.
Perhaps even the 3 of them, because Lopushanska currently projected at 250, but that is with her second attempt already in. So in reality it would be 242 with her opening.
Yeah, just like you said, tight battle in pretty much each and every weight class. And now the rack is properly adjusted. Bar is loaded for Yael Shemesh. Time to get activated, shake off the nerves, repeat your same routine, the same as you did multiple times at training. Nice and smooth walk out.
And that's not the fastest opener we've seen today. It's 3 white lights, and we'll have to judge from the way the second attempt moves. Definitely looked solid, but just a little slow.
I mean, you've commentated on quite a lot of powerlifting meets now, and you've seen a lot of second attempt being easier than the first, right?
That is true. The first squat attempt is always the most nerve-wracking. It's the first lift of the competition. You're not quite used to the platform feeling yet.
Now that's a great opener. 3 white lights, some solid lifting there. No technique breakdown whatsoever. She seems on point. Now into the first representative of Great Britain, Tiffany Pilnikova, 95. And I know GB's bringing the heat for this championship, both in the sub-juniors and juniors. Tiffany the favorite in the 43s.
Yeah, but it's very close with Ijak from Poland.
Oh yes, it is. Because it looks like Itzek from Poland has improved a lot from her nominations.
Well, that is a steady squat, no technique breakdown, but not the fastest. We'll see on the second attempt if that is her style of squatting. Of course, in powerlifting, it's not important to be fast. The speed of the lift is not judged.
Yeah, it makes for a good show, but it's not needed. Now 95 for Nelly Broskova from Czechia. The first 52 to open.
20 kilos below her personal best, so we'll see maybe some big jumps.
From afar, it looks a bit high to me. How about the lights with this one?
Unfortunately, it's 3 red lights, and maybe opening, well, you would think opening slightly easier just to secure a lift, but this did not look particularly easy, and she's gonna have to go significantly lower in order to register a lift.
Adjustment to be made in the second round. But now we move on to Karolina Itzek from Poland, 100 kilos even. The final opener for the 43s. She's in a battle for the title for her last outing as a sub-junior lifter.
3 white lights, a good first attempt for Karolina. Again, not the easiest.
Yeah, but I'd say it looks just like Pilnikova's opener.
Yeah, solid enough, and we'll see how much of a jump they dare take. Pilnikova put in 5 kilos.
I think they both feel the pressure from the other.
And it's 105.5. That is the European sub-junior record. We were talking about it before the competition. Slipped our mind in the heat of battle.
Now Lidia Kreskowiak from Poland, 100 kilos. Final opener for the 47s. And the easiest so far.
3 white lights, and she looks comfortable to take home the 47 kilo title.
Yeah, the favorite stands her ground with that opener. She's forecasted with at least 285, when the second 47s is only forecasted with 250. The last 5 openers are in the 52 weight class. Next on the platform is Marie Louchard from Belgium, 102.5. Great control. Very narrow stance too, but 3 white lights, a good lift.
Overall,
Usually it makes for difficult depth to judge from the front, that kind of stance, but still she receives a white.
yeah, let's take a look at that technique again, because at some point the knees go really far apart and then close together.
Yeah, great use of the knee cave on the way up.
Yep.
Now opening with 120s, Andrea Carmona Perez, España.
Three white lights, no problems for Carmona Perez.
Is that a Spanish low bar, Mr. Razi?
I would say so. It's different, distinctly different from the French low bar.
Really? Doesn't look that different to me.
No, it is, it is. It's hard to explain, but when we get a French low bar, we can spot the difference.
Now Quinto Dora from Hungary, 125. Another very pronounced low bar. Is she going to receive the squat command being that lean forward? Yes.
Oh, for such a low bar position and such a wide stance, the depth is actually pretty good, and it's 3 white lights, a good lift for the Hungarian.
Yeah, depth was not a problem, but maybe with one weight she's going to struggle to stand vertically enough to receive the command.
We'll see. The ending position, I think, was good. The start position, she was quite bent forward.
It was on the fence. The final 2 openers, we have 130 for Miriam Ungusio from Italy. Three white lights, a good lift.
And looking at it live, it seemed that depth might have been an issue, but from the replay, I think she was in the ballpark. So
Yeah,
and it's 3 white lights, so
it's a game of perspective too.
absolutely.
Now the final opener, Elitsa Matsaska from Bulgaria, 132.5, very close to the European sub-junior record of 139, which is also the world sub-junior record. Who's going to be able to push it between Matsaska and Ingusio?
I think they could both be in the vicinity. Have to wait how this moves.
Oh, this is not very convincing from afar.
And the referees agree, it's 3 red lights, unfortunately.
And you know what? The referees are much closer than we are.
They are closer and they have a better perspective, of course, and in most cases more experience looking at squats than us. Some of them have been doing this for a lot longer time.
So a small recap of the first round. You can see that we are missing two of our athletes on the board. Proskova and Masarska yet to have an attempt on the board.
We're going into round 2 and let's hope that everyone can put a squat on the board in this round.
And opening this round is Martina Chodera from Poland, 72.5. She's going for a match personal best, but a 12.5 kg jump, it's a lot.
Oh, does not seem to be slowing her down much. It's 3 white lights and a good lift. 12.5 kilo jump, that's something you would see in the middleweight men's categories usually.
Yeah, and I mean, in terms of percentage of weight, on a 43, on a 60 kilo attempt, that's a lot.
That's a 20% jump.
Quick math.
Quick math.
Now a 5 kilo jump for Yael Shemesh, Israel. That makes it 90 for a second attempt.
Much more of a normal attempt jump here. 5 kilos should be reasonable enough.
Great control.
Absolutely, the first squat was not the fastest, but the second was pretty much at the same tempo, so it seems that she's just a slow-moving squatter.
And that's not an insult by any means.
Absolutely. You just have to get the weight up. Speed does not matter, as stated previously. That's why I started powerlifting, because I'm not very fast.
But you know me, I am speed. Now, Nadia Loputsanska from Poland, 90 kilos, that's a 7.5 kilo jump above her new personal best. Still pretty bouncy, pretty speedy.
3 white lights, a good lift for Loputsanska. Let's take a look at the replay.
What do you notice?
From the live perspective, it seemed to me that she was a bit diagonal, but I can't really see from the camera angle there.
Now, an opener to be retaken, Nelly Broskova, 95. I think she needs more depth. Wow, that's one tough second attempt.
What a fight! I think she did go lower this time, and it's a 2-1 good lift with a red light from the center referee.
Is she in trouble with that attempt? Because she's not safe yet from a jury intervention with it being 2-1.
Definitely not, and that was borderline, but I think that's all she had in her. That was a solid 4 or 5 seconds to get that bar up.
And you know what? We're gonna have a good perspective on the jury discussion during this competition because they're literally 1 meter in front of us and not much discussions happening now. I think she's safe on the board, Razi.
I would agree. The jury don't seem to be discussing the lift, which means that she is safe and just one athlete remaining without a squat.
Now 5 kilo jump for Katerina Yakovenko from Ukraine. Three white lights, a good lift. Now 100 kilos for Tiffany Pilnikova from GB. She doesn't want to keep a beat because Itzhak is applying pressure in the 43s.
Yeah, this is a title fight in the 43s, and Itzhak if she's successful in her second attempt, she's gonna have the advantage of a 5 kilo chip because she's going for the record. So Pilnikova has to put in work here.
Come on, Tiffany, make it move. That's a reasonable second.
Yeah, solid looking second attempt. There are definitely 2.5 to 5 more kilos in there. I think 5 would be the riskier choice, but we'll see.
It's a tough call because when you're battling for a title, sometimes you want to push for the 5 thinking you need it, but I'd rather get 2.5 than miss on 5.
Absolutely, and at these lower weights with the smaller jumps, even a 2.5 kilos can make a huge difference.
Oh yeah. Now a 5 kg jump for Lidia Kryskowiak. She doesn't seem to slow down.
Yeah, still looks comfortable and well on her way to take the title in the 47s.
So that's 3 white lights, and then we can see the spotters rushing to the jury table. We're gonna see 105.5 being loaded for Karolina Itzak. It's the first record attempt of the whole championship, and it's only the second round of squat of the first flight. So for European record, Karolina Itzak from Poland, 105.5, the world record being 108.
Oh, and it's quite a battle, unfortunately. Cannot stand up. Oh, that throws a wrench in the workings of a title battle in the 43s.
Yep.
With a miss here, she can retake it on her third, but this did look like it was a strength issue.
I'm
more
not sure
so
because
than a technique.
the coach seems to know what went wrong. So I don't know. We'll see. I
We'll
think there's
see.
hope.
Yes. No, I mean, it was definitely not an outrageous attempt. She can have another go if she wants to, or she can save her energy for bench and deadlift.
Now a 7.5 kg jump for Marie Louchard, Belgium. This one's to match our personal best in the second round of squat. Great tension on the way down. And great use of the small knee cave once again. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Yeah, no technique breakdown whatsoever. Amazing execution.
Four more attempts in the second round of squat. They're all in the 52s. And next out is Andrea Carmona Perez, Spain at 127.5. A personal best in the making. Shall she manage the weight? No doubts about that one. 3 white lights.
It just looked better overall than the first attempt.
She's heating up.
Yeah, some confidence boost.
Now bar is loaded for the Hungarian King Sodora, 130. She's taking her time to set up for that personal best attempt of 2.5. Provisional squat gold too, but Very provisional. That for sure.
A very solid looking second attempt. 3 white lies there for Dora. And she's sneaking up to the title fight here with Majarska missing her first attempt. There might be 3 athletes in it for the title in the 52s.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll have a glimpse of what's to expect with Matsaska retaking her opener of 132.5. It was not deep enough, and it didn't look easy.
Yeah, she also weighed in 52.00, so perhaps some trouble with making weight.
I mean, she has a long frame for a 52. I think she might have got weight for her last outing as a sub-junior, and I'm expecting her to be a 57s in the juniors now.
Oh, absolutely.
At least, maybe a 63 in the future. But now it's time to put her name on the board. She sinks the squat, she grinds it out.
Well, looks a lot better than the first, and it's 3 white lies this time. This is looking a lot better.
Yeah, but I don't know how much left is in the tank. Maximum 5, maybe. I think 2.5 is the reasonable choice now.
2.5 would be the safe choice. 5 would be risky, but I think she might have them.
I think it's also a mental game. Just to regain momentum, I'd rather be 2 for 3 out of the squat.
That is also true.
Now Miriam Ingusio, Italy, 135, 5 kg jump for that same amount of a personal best attempt. Very optimized squat, 3 white lights.
Very much optimized, and she's pacing for a record attempt here. 139.5 would be the record, I believe.
So the standings after the second squat, leading the 43s is Filnikova from GB, leading the 47s is Kreskowiak from Poland, and leading the 52s is Ingusio from Italy. Final attempt for Martina Chodera from Poland, 82.5, another huge jump. And this time it doesn't go through.
Well, trying to go 22.5 up from the opener in 2 attempts as a 47 kilo sub-junior is definitely optimistic. But this was not completely out of the ballpark. Perhaps with some more experience she might have gotten it. Unfortunately, not today.
Nadia Loputsanska, Poland, at 95. She opened with 82.5. Finishing on 95 would be a pretty good achievement for a sub-junior 47.
Yeah, gets her the provisional squat bronze medal.
She's not going to be able to squat double her body weight today, but it was reasonably close to be attempting it. And keep in mind that this is the final round of squat for the 43s, 47s, and 52s, but we'll be moving straight into the 53s and 59s right after these. No breaks.
All gas, no brakes in this first session.
And talking about all gas, no brakes, it looks like Yael Shemesh is making a bigger jump from the second to the third than from her first to her second. Would you look at that?
The second was moving very reasonably.
I mean, you adapt on the day. Maybe she changed a bit her game plan, but now she's feeling confident to go for a 7.5 kilo jump.
This will be a 5 kilo personal best for her. Already has the squat bronze medal, but the 7.5 kilos would go a long way in the fight for the podium places in the 47s.
I was a bit too ambitious for today.
Yeah, unfortunately just a bit too much, and she's gonna be just slightly behind Yakovenko and Lopushanska in the fight for overall silver and bronze, but she does walk home
And
with
look
a
at
squat medal at the very least.
when you see the look on her face. I think I would have went for a 95. She seems very disappointed. Hopefully she's not out of the game in her head now. Especially with the sub-juniors, you don't want to play with their mental. Now Nelly Broskova attempting 97.5. It's on the other hand, but no. The spotters are going to save her. No lift. Told you, 2.5 was the maximum.
Yeah, unfortunately, but she has a squat on the board. That is ultimately what matters. She can put up a total.
And usually squat is not the most impacted by the weight cut. Usually it's the bench. But with that kind of squat, I'm maybe a bit worried for the bench. Now final attempt for Tiffany Pilnikova, Great Britain. She's not going for the European record, which is quite a surprise, I must say.
Well, it is a surprise, but at the same time, she's gathering up momentum. She's gathering kilos in the fight with Ichak.
Ichak was decided to X out our final attempt. Great battle. Nice.
Wow, the 2.5 kilos was absolutely the right call here. Even gets a blue light from the center referee. That would be for downward motion or lack of lockout.
We'll have a closer look at the hips and the knees to judge whether or not they're locked out. It seems fine to me.
Yeah, it seems fine to me also. Maybe in the starting position, I don't know, but it's a 2-to-1. The
All
lift
three
stands.
jury members seem to be satisfied with the lift. We now move on to Katerina Yakovenko from Ukraine at 102.5. 5 kilo jump for that same amount of the PB attempt. She already has guaranteed a squat silver in the 47s. Great use of the head to maintain the bar path.
Yeah, 3 white lights, a great third attempt for the Ukrainian.
Now the final attempt for Marie Louchard, Belgium, 117.5. Interesting jump, back-to-back 7.5. Linear strategy to collect a personal best on the platform.
Yeah, these are big jumps for these lower categories, especially for sub-juniors.
But she's brought to the platform by Clara Olo, a representative of the Open in Belgium. 63 and 69. Experienced lifter, great squatter, so we can expect that it's a proper jump. Let's see it, Mai. Once again, great tension on the way down. Great use of the knee cage. It's scrappy, but it goes up.
Yeah, I think that was absolutely the perfect call there. 7.5, 3 white lights. And to judge that from a second attempt, very impressive work for from the Belgian coaching team.
And now it is time, Razi. The screen is flashing. It's saying world record. 118 for Lidia Greskowiak from Poland. She's opened on 100, went for 105. Now she's shooting for the world record in the 47s.
This is a 13 kilo jump. Unfortunately cannot make it. 13 kilos, just too much.
I agree, but I mean, when you have that comfortable of a lead, you're in a position to attempt a record. Why not shoot for it? We've seen miracles happen.
Oh, absolutely. Why not? Why not?
Now you can go back home saying, I attempted a world record. Now Andrea Carmona Perez, 132.5. That's provisional squat silver in the 52s. Three white lights, a good lift, new personal best. And now she just has to wait, but she'll need either Doa, Matsasko, or Ingusio to miss to collect a medal in the squad. So 135 it is for King Sodora from Hungary. And this is where the starting position could get tricky.
She'll be on the limit. This is going to be a 5 kilo personal best for Dora. Provisional squat gold with 2 athletes to follow. Guaranteed squat medal.
She receives the command. Depth's not an issue.
3 white lights. A guaranteed medal for Hungary in the squats. 2 lifts remaining in the 52s, and
Both are world record attempt. Interesting times, interesting squat in the 52s. 139.5 for Miriam Ingusio, Italy. I mean, this championship is off to a great start. First session, first squat event. We already have a squat battle for a world record. Still looking very optimized. Is it on the right side of the fence for this world record? Yes, it is. 3 white lights. New world record for Ingusio in Italy. How long is this record gonna stand? Is it a minute or is it a championship?
one lifter can decide that, and it's going to be Eliza Majarska.
She's going all out. It's either she's out of the squat podium or she gets squat gold and a world record. It's the stacked class of 52s because 7.5 is the difference between out of the podium and the world record.
The final squat in this morning's sub-junior round.
She missed her opener of 132.5. She regained in the second round with that same weight, 132.5. I don't know what to expect. It's not there on the day. So squat gold goes to Italy and Ingusio with a new world record of 139.5. Okay.
Quite a battle in all 3 categories and quite a battle for the overall titles.
Yep.
Cooking up here.
The squat podium in the 43s, Chodera, Itsak and Pilnikova. Squat podium in the 47s, Shemesh, Yakovenko, and gold goes to Kretskoviak with 105. And in the 52s, with a new world record, Ingusio takes squat gold. Silver goes to Doha in Hungary. And bronze goes to Carmona Perez in Spain. We move straight into the 53s and 59s. 2 lifters in the 53s. 5 in the 59s. The world record in the 59s is 200.5. From the looks of it, it's going to be attempted in the first round. Now it's Georgi Tsiklo from Georgia.
Three white lights and a solid start to the men's championships. Yeah, I think the records in both of the categories are in danger, at least the European ones. In the 59s, quite possibly also the world one.
So the first 59 to open is also a representative of Georgia. It's Saba Gochikashvili.
It's a 2-1, 2 yellows.
Surely that's a missed command.
I think so, because I don't really see a technical error here.
Yeah, it's been confirmed that the jury, it's a missed command. It happens where you are inexperienced, first time on the European stage. It's bound to happen. Now Yehor Chony, Ukraine, 160.
Solid looking first attempt. It's 3 white lights for the Ukrainian. 5 kilo personal best on the opener, something we are not unused to seeing in the sub-juniors.
Another 160 opener, Jakub Tilek, Poland. I love that. Quick good luck fist bump before opening. I mean, of all people, spotters are the one you want to have in your corner.
Absolutely, they can be the only thing standing between you and crush injury. That is a very snappy first attempt for Tilets.
The next lifter from Belgium is Yassine Karkashayat, opening with 167.5. It's above a registered PB. His registered PB is 165, so reasonably above, but still, it's above. That doesn't look like a lot of weight for him. Control the crescent for Yasin. Nice.
Yeah, easy opening attempt. 3 white lights for the Belgian. And we have 2 squats remaining in the first round, and they're the favorites for the overall win in each of the categories.
Yeah, in the 53s, it's Samuel Moncoso, Italy, 180. Can we expect him to push for a record in the squad events of the 53s? This 180 will give us a hint as to what's to expect.
Well, it's a steady opening attempt, not the fastest. It's 3 white lights, comfortable enough, and it's a 12.5 kilo personal best for the Italian.
I don't think he's going to be able to load 190.5 on his second attempt, but maybe on the third.
Yeah, 10.5 kilos to cover or 11 kilos to cover in 2 attempts does not seem unreasonable.
Now, final opener in the 59s, the Frenchman Adam Taron, 202.5, European record attempt. with that opener. We know he's a phenomenal squatter, but he needs to control his aggression, make it convincing. That's a lovely opener.
Now looked very comfortable. 3 white lights, a good lift for Cajon.
How far is the world sub-junior record? 2:15.5. Is it a second attempt or a third, Razi? Oh, you're left speechless with that one. You're not sure.
I am left speechless because we were just talking about Mancoso not taking the record attempt on his second, but he has put in an 11-kilo jump, so now I don't know what to expect.
And the thing is, they are both our clear favorite in their class. They can do whatever they want, basically. Second attempt for Georgie. Cyclo from Georgia. 3 white lights. Successful 10-kilo jump. And now Gogi Chaisvili from Georgia. The only athlete we are missing on the board in the 59s has decided to bump up his first attempt by 5. Weight didn't seem like a problem. He just needed to wait for the command. I think that's a reasonable choice.
Yeah, he could retake it, but that would, at least to a certain degree, prevent him from reaching the weight he had in mind for the day. This is a matched personal best. He has done this before. He knows he can do it.
Yeah, supposedly that's not too aggressive of a choice. He made sure he received the command this time.
And this time waits an extra second just to make sure.
But
it's a blue light from the right side referee this time.
So from that exact angle, might be for extending the knees, unlocking the knees, then re-extending them.
Oh, I don't see a clear infringement here.
Me either. The lift stands, we move on to Georgia, Ukraine, 167.5.
Oh, and it's quite a battle for the Ukrainian, but it just looks too heavy. We'll see on the replay if maybe there was a technical mistake he could fix here. Perhaps a slight loss of tension in the bottom position. We'll see if he reattempts the weight or saves energy.
Now Jakub Tilek jumping 10 from 160 to 170. If he manages this, it's a guaranteed medal.
And he does. 3 white lights, still very snappy on the lockout.
And the next lifter is the one he's gonna have to compete with for a squat silver medal, because gold is guaranteed to go to Town from France. So 175 it is for Yassin Karkashisaya. Reasonable second attempt, 3 white lights, provisional squat silver.
decently comfortable. Tilets will have a chance to take the silver away from him. We have two very important lifts coming up now. We did not believe that they were gonna happen, at least this one, in the second round, but it's gonna.
Yep.
At least
I
an
mean,
attempt.
the Italians are back to their always being very aggressive with attempt selection. Samuele Moncosu going for 191 European record attempt. But I mean, to attempt it in the second round, surely it's something he's hit before multiple times, right?
Must be his stated personal best, 180. This is 191 for a European record. Let's see it. And there you go.
A bit of suspense. 3 white lights, new European record for Mancuso in Italy. What's left now? 193, 195.5.
Well, he doesn't need a chip. He's well ahead, 170 kilos ahead.
Yeah, but when it's a record, you go for it.
Lauri,
Come
but
on.
Absolutely. He goes for a third. We'll see. He practically goes for whatever he thinks he can get.
And now it's Monsieur Taron. 216, 216 world record attempt in the second round of squat. How about the lights for that squat? A bit of suspense once again, and a new world record. He makes it official, 216. Phenomenal squat.
That is 3 records broken, the European and the World Sub-Junior in the 59s and the European Sub-Junior in the 53s in just 2 rounds of squat before we even get into the final round.
So no surprise there, Mancuso leads the 53s and Taron leads the 59s. Somewhat of a squat battle for the silver in the 59s, but I mean, Yasin looked to have a lot of room on his squat.
Yeah, we'll see. Anything can still happen here.
And for his final attempt, Georgie is attempting 100 kilos. Sleeveless, but not strengthless. 3 white lights, a 3 for 3 in the squat event. And back in the 59s we go with Goki Chaisvili Saba from Georgia, 145. He'll need to stay poised to receive a proper squat command.
Oh, he definitely knows how to keep tension in his body. It's a 2-to-1 with a red light from the left side this time. We see it from the side where he gets the white light from. The red light would be for depth.
Yeah, on that side it looks good.
Yeah, that side looks okay. Well, he did get the entire arrangement of the flights throughout the 3 lifts, so
Now Yeochon in Ukraine is retaking 167.5. It looks like a case of strength in the second round, but maybe we missed something. Maybe he found the answers.
oh, and it's a good battle. He stands up and it's 3 white lights. With the second attempt, there was a slight bit of tension loss, and it looks like he kept it this time. Was able to grind through.
Now Jakub Tylek from Poland, 175. This is to try and retake provisional squat silver on body weight. He's 500 grams lighter than Yasin from Belgium. A bit segmented on the way up, but I don't think the bar dipped. 3 white lights, good lift, provisional squat silver.
Very pronounced sticking point there in the middle, but again, another lifter who can really keep the tension in his body. Once again, super snappy with the lockout, and it is a great third attempt.
Yeah, I just
Moves
think the
him
ball
up.
rolled a bit on his back, which made for difficult sticking points. And now Yasin needs to battle it out to try and retake squat silver with 180, which would be a new personal best of 5. And that looks just like his second attempt. Plenty more where that came from. 3 white lights, and he gets a silver medal.
Silver medal goes to Belgium, and we have 2 more record attempts.
The music has changed, and you know why? It's a European record attempt from Mancuso Samuel. He opted to go for 193. I told you, when you can go for a record, you keep the chip on.
Absolutely. And Mancoso can play a sort of a side quest game here. He can see whether he can come provisionally second in the 59s with his total. Currently projected at 470.5. This is 193 for an extension of the European record.
Everything needs to be in check. Knees, hips, bracing, tension, all throughout the lift. It's just not there. He emptied the tank with 191, but nothing to be ashamed of. He walks away with the European record.
Absolutely. And he's still well in the lead in the 53s.
One final squat for this morning's flight. 220.5 for Taron from France to extend his own world record. Wow. He already broke the world record. He's looking to extend it by 4.5.
This is going to be quite something. Already 100 kilos in the lead in the 59s.
To extend his world record for his final outing as a sub-junior. 220.5! Somewhat sticky towards lockout, but he managed to make it count. 3 white lights, new world record.
Another new world record. Wrapping up this session.
We've had 2 phenomenal squat sessions, both in the women's and the men's. So the standing in the class after the squat with a new European record of 191. Mancoso from Italy takes squat gold. In the 59s, it's Taron from France with a new world record of 220.5. This championship is off to a great start, Razi, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes for some bench press action. See you then. And just like that, we are back in action at the 2025 European Sub-Junior and Junior Classic Powerlifting Championships here in Druskininkai, Lithuania. We've just witnessed a great squat event, especially for our first flight. 5 weight classes went all out. We just saw some great gold medals, 102.5 in the 43s, 105 in the 47s, and 139.5 new record in the 52s by Miriam Ingusio from Italy.
Very exciting first session of the day. In the bench press, it is looking somewhat less likely that we'll see a record, except possibly in the 43s, but it would take some big jumps.
We'll see, but quite a wide range of openers going from 30 to 82.5, but that's to be expected in the sub-juniors with 3 different weight classes. Pretty smooth opener for Martina Chodera from Poland. Very narrow hand positioning, but 3 white lights, a good lift.
Yeah, another solid start to the round.
Now from Czechia, Nili Proskova, 4 kilos. Now the bench is properly set up. It's difficult to be a spotter and a loader. During the bench press event, you need to adjust the rack height, the safeties, correct weight. Not the easiest of jobs.
Absolutely, and doing it for 10 days straight is very, very draining on the body and the mind. That is 3 white lights for Broškova.
Karolina Itzak from Poland, who only managed a single squat. She had to X out her final attempt. She was not good for it, did not even attempt it.
From the looks of it, she will fall just slightly behind Pilnikova after bench press and squat event going into deadlifts. But if she can regain just a little bit of ground, we can still see a fight for the title in the 43s. And the opener looks reasonably comfortable. 3 white lights.
Hoping for some smooth sailing openers. The bench press could get tricky. We don't want any of that to happen, so another opener at 50 kilos, Yael Shemesh from Israel. And we'll get 2 more openers at 50 right after her. What would you consider a reasonable opener in the bench press in terms of guidelines? What would you say?
I would say it has to be something you can do for a very comfortable double. Especially in the bench press, it's the most technically complex lift. You get 3 commands, you have to wait on the chest for the press command. It has to be comfortable.
Yeah, very, very difficult lifts. And you have to take account for different variables if you want to lift off from the spotters. You have to get a feel for the commands, just like you said. Get a feel for that bench pad. So multiple things can go right and multiple things can go wrong. But this time, 3 white lights, a good lift for Team Israel.
Absolutely. And because of the technical complexity of the bench, the perfect execution can mean a difference of 5, 10 in higher weight classes, even more kilos here.
Now Nadia Loputsanska, Poland, 50 kilos.
3 white lights. She was really quick with the press command.
I mean, it's your job as a lifter to make it easy for the ref to see that you've stabilized the bar, you're in control, and if you manage to do that, you receive a fast press command.
That is true, that is true. The bar has to be motionless on the chest.
The better you execute, the quicker you receive all three commands: start, press, and rack. We'll see that with Lidia Gackowiak from Poland, 55. Great demonstration, 3 white lights.
It's nice to see the lifters executing on the platform exactly what we're telling on the stream that has to be executed.
And that first attempt is also an introduction of your own movement. You're like showing the refs, this is how I bench, this is what's to be expected from me. You want to be just fine, perfectly fine with that first attempt, otherwise they're gonna get a hint for something and take a closer look. Now Andrea Carbona Perez, España, 55. Three white lights, and she's opted to use a belt in the bench press. What do you make of that, Razen?
We see that with some lifters, helps them maintain tension in the midsection. It can be somewhat uncomfortable, especially for smaller lifters. When you bend your back to achieve the arch position, the belt can dig into your lats and your upper glutes or the lower back. But if it helps her, she's completely entitled to use it.
And you know what? I've heard that it helps smaller frame lifters maintain a proper bench setup on a stiffer pad, just like this Maniac pad, so might be the case here. Now Tiffany Pilnikova, Great Britain, 57.5.
Three white lights and another very well executed attempt.
But have a closer look at the replay. The bar almost rolled out of position at the bottom. Look at that, great tension, points of contact, almost rolls. You can see that left wrist starting to bend, but she managed to maintain tension.
Yeah, she opting not to use wrist straps, which could help in a situation like that. But for some lifters, they are just uncomfortable.
Katerina Yakovenko, Ukraine, 60 kilos in the 47s, excuse me, which would be the lead in the class.
Waiting for the lights, and it's three white ones, another bench press on the board. 4 attempts remaining in the first round. And we can see here, she could not stabilize the bar on the chest immediately. The bar did bounce a little up and down, just a few millimeters, but that meant that she had to wait just a bit longer for the press command, and even a quarter of a second here can make a lot of a difference.
True. Now Marie-Lou Chat from Belgium, who's had a great squat. She collected all 3 attempts, squatted 117.5. She's opening with 60 kilos. Great sink.
Yeah, 3 white lights is sink, not something you commonly see in the very lightweight categories. Somewhat more prominent in the heavyweights, but if it works.
Yeah, I think we mostly see that when lifters of the smaller weight classes struggle with elbow depth. Doesn't seem to be the case here, but still a very efficient sink.
Absolutely, maintains the tension through the sink.
Now Miriam Ingusio from Italy, opening with 72.5. She'll need at least 1 attempt in each and every event for a record to be registered in the record books. You need a total for a record to count.
That is true. Let's hope the first bench press is comfortable, because from the looks of it, she's going to be opening the deadlift with another record attempt.
Nicely done. 3 white lights.
Comfortable enough. And for now, she looks to be the favorite to win in the 52s. It's not going to be easy by any means, but she will have the advantage of the half-kilo jumps that she got in the squat and that she will, from the looks of it, get in the deadlift.
Elisa Matsarska from Bulgaria opening with 75. She'll need her hair tied up to attempt a bench. I'm surprised they're letting that pass, which is weird.
They have allowed it for a couple lifters before her. I think as long as she positions the hair so that the referees can still see if the head moves up, she should be okay. Oh, clips the rack on the way down. That is unfortunate.
I think when you're focused on something else, which is the air here, you don't properly pay attention to your setup. She clipped the rack on the way down on the left hand side.
Yeah, clipped it really hard too. There was no saving that, unfortunately. She's just gonna have to set up a few centimeters further down the bench to avoid a circumstance like this.
I'm not sure what's happening here. But now we are loading 82.5 for King Sodora, Hungary. Okay, it was misloaded actually. And it's still misloaded.
Yeah, that's 92.5 currently on the left-hand side of the bar.
Okay, now
that is a correct load and a great spot from the coach.
I love a coach that's stepping up to the jury to tell, please, that's misloaded for my athletes. Big arch. How about elbow depth on that one? Sims optimized, it should pass. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Yeah, I think she should be okay. She has a very much optimized bench press. European sub-junior record currently at 92.5, 10 kilos up the road. You think she might get up to that?
I don't know, it's a big jump, especially for those lighter weight classes. But as it stands, we are only missing Matsaska on the board, the Bulgarian who clipped the rack on the way down. Pilnikova leading the 43s, Yakovenko leading the 47s, and Doa leading the 52s. 5 kilo jump for Martina Chodera, Poland, 35. She might have lost tension at the bottom there, but still recovered.
3 white lights, yeah, and once again, as we talked about before, took her a while to stabilize the bar on her chest. We can see the bar goes down, gets a little bounce on the chest, and she has to make the bar motionless before receiving the start command, which means she has to wait further half a second, maybe even a second down there, which can make all the difference.
It's exponentially hard.
Very, very uncomfortable.
Nelly Proskova, Czechia, 45. still take kgs below our personal best. I think she might have played the game here and she tried to push before the command.
Unfortunately, unsuccessful. I don't know, her form just seems to be a bit off on the day. I think she also missed quite a few kilos on the squat, well, below her personal best.
Now Karolina Itzak from Poland going for the smallest jump possible when it's not a record attempt. So 2.5 or 52.5.
Very reasonable second attempt. It's 3 white lights and a good lift.
Now Yael Shemesh going from 50 to 55. She's opting for the widest grip you have the right to position your hands on. You need to cover the rings. And 3 white lights.
Yeah, very technical, great looking second attempt. I don't think there's another 5 kilos there.
No, absolutely
But
not.
2.5 would probably be a very reasonable and doable jump.
I think it's a coin flip. It's a 50-50 because the sticking point is at the bottom there. If it doesn't move, it's going to stay there. Now Nadia Loputsanska, Poland, also going for 55.
Three white lights, a good second attempt. And once again, the 2.5 seems appropriate here. Not the easiest. And opting for more of a power technique.
I think you're right. We're going to see a lot of 2.5 being added from the second to the third.
And even a 2.5 kilo jump at these lower weights is about 5% of an increase, which is quite a lot.
It is a lot from a second to a third. Now Lidia Kreskowiak from Poland, 57.5.
Three white lights, another solid second attempt.
Now 60 kilos for Tiffany Pilnikova, Great Britain. The only 60 kilos and up we're gonna see in the 43s. She has a personal best of 66, which I imagine is a sub-junior record in GB. But I imagine it was on a softer bench pad. And 3 white lights, a good lift.
Yeah, the 66 kilos is currently the European and World Sub-Junior record.
Now you can probably hear the speaker saying "Vamos" because we have Andrea Carmona Perez stepping up to the platform to attempt 60 kilos.
This will be a 2.5 kilo personal best for her.
That's provisional 4th position in the 52s. Very reasonable second.
Pretty easy.
Now bar is loaded for Katerina Yakovenko, Ukraine. 62.5, this would be a new personal best.
Solid second, 3 white lights.
Now the representative of Belgium, Marie Louchard, 65 kilos. This would be a match personal best. That same exact sync.
And seems to be working quite well for her 3 white lights and 5 for 5 for the time being.
I'll be honest, I think I still expected 2.5.
It would be a safe jump. 5 kilos at these weights, 10% jump almost, is quite a lot.
Miriam Ingusio, Italy, going for 2.5 from 72.5 to 75. She keeps on collecting personal bests.
Three white lights.
A bit asymmetrical at lockout, but not too worrying. I think she can still squeeze another 2.5.
Absolutely, and you are allowed to lock out asymmetrically. One arm can lock out before the other as long as the center of the bar does not move downwards throughout the lift.
And now Eliza Matsarska, Bulgaria, going for 77.5 after missing 75 for clipping the rack on the way down. Interesting choice. She doesn't clip the rack, she sinks, but she's not able to manage the weight. Why did they bump up the attempt?
I don't know, and you said in the squat round the weight cut impacts the bench press even more than the squat. She's currently 1 out of 5 with lifts and only 1 attempt remaining on the bench press to stay in the game. She's falling behind the next competitor, Dora, in the fight for the 52 kilo silver medal, and Ingusio is running away with the title.
King Sodora, Hungary, 87.5, 5 kg jump to match her personal best. Three white lights match personal best. mean, I think Dora is still in the fight with Ingusio for the title in the 52s. She's doing what she can, doing her part, jumping 5, collecting attempts. And the leads in the class, Pilnikova leading the 43s, Yakovenko leading the 47s, and Dora leading the bench, but it's Ingusio that's leading the class in the 52s.
Third round of bench, and we have everyone but Majarska on the board.
Yeah, worrying sight for Mazarska, as Martina Chodera attempts 37.5, but with such a long range of motion, she's not able to manage the weight. No lift, so 2 for 3 in the bench press.
Yeah, even the 35 was not that easy, and the 2.5 kilo jump at this weight, that's almost 10%.
That bar is loaded for Czechia and Nelly Broskova. She's retaking 45. I think she played the game again. Might have lost twice. No lift.
Yeah, looked better than the second attempt, but just not there today. And it seems to be a strength issue, so the jump was just too high.
Bar is already loaded for Karolina Itzak, Poland, 55.
And unfortunately a no lift, but with a half kilo jump. If you miss it, you're not leaving anything on the platform.
Bar is loaded for Yael Shemesh. She opened with 50. Managed to score 55. She's going for 57.5 now. Picture perfect attempt selection.
Right on the money, 3 white lights and a good lift.
Nadia Loputsanska. The same exact game plan as Shemesh from Israel. 50, 55, now 57.5. She lost control at the bottom here.
Yeah, just complete loss of control. The bar goes towards the head, and unfortunately, at such a max effort weight, you just cannot save that.
Now Lidia Kretskowiak, Poland, going for back-to-back 2.5 kg jumps. And this one will match her personal best. Just not here on the day, no lift.
Only one attempt successful so far in round 3. 7 lifts remaining. Let's hope at least a couple of them can change that preferably all of them.
Preferably, yeah. Tiffany Pinnikova, GB, also going back to back with the 2.5s. Oh, that right wrist. Look at that right wrist. She lost control.
As we talked about, wrist wraps, they can be helpful. That's why they are part of the competition kits.
It's also that the stiffer pad has a tendency to like pull yourself in the direction of your hips, and when you lose control, it's way too hard to recover. Now Andrea Carmona Perez, Spain, is 62.5. This would be a new personal best of 2.5.
Three white lights, a great third attempt.
Some movement in the hip area, but apparently the glutes did not leave the bench. You need to maintain all points of contact for the attempt to count.
That is true. And yeah, we can see she does flex in the hip area, but the glutes stay planted on the bench.
Katerina Yakovenko, Ukraine, is 65. Also a PB attempt of 2.5.
Already holds the bench press gold in the 47s. But the 2.5 kilos here can be very useful in the fight for the medal positions.
Nicely done. 2-1, but the first red card for elbow depth.
Well, we're gonna have to see a front replay and see for ourselves. The jury will also see it, and they can overrule the lift.
I'm not seeing anything wrong with the lifts.
Yeah, the left side was slightly higher than the right side, but I think both were adequately low.
Yeah, I agree. Marie Louchard, Belgium. And like we've mentioned, she's quote-unquote only going for 2.5 more. It would already be a new personal best of 2.5.
And right on the money. 3 white lights, 6 for 6 so far for the Belgian.
Yeah, both the coach and the athletes are all smiles. Now a pivotal attempt. 77.5 for Elisa Matsarska. Let's recap what happened. She opened with 75. Her hair wasn't tied up, so that played with her head with the referees. She clipped the rack on the way down, was not able to manage the weight. She went up 2.5, missed on what looked like strength and a technicality. She's retaking the weight to save herself in the competition. She was looking at a podium for the bare minimum in the class. So either she puts herself back in the race for the podium or she's out of the championship.
If she can manage a bench press, a place on the podium is pretty much guaranteed here. But she needs this third attempt.
It's not happening. Heartbreaking for Elisa Matsarska.
That is unfortunately her out of the competition. And to be honest, the 2.5 kilo jump,
I can explain it. I can't.
it could have made the difference, but with how bad the 77.5 moved, even 75 would probably have been a struggle.
Yep. But hopefully we'll see her in better shape next year as a 57. I mean, we move straight into Miriam Ingucio's attempt, 77.5 for a new personal best. That's guaranteed bench press silver in the 52s. Nicely done.
Great third attempt, staying with the bar. 3 white lights for the Italian. And she was looking super comfortable in the lead in the 52s. But the final bench press that is coming up right now. With this final bench press, Dora Kinzo might close up to her. Give herself a shot at the title.
90 kilos, a PB attempt of 2.5 to try and close the gap before deadlifts. Final attempt for the women's of this flight before we move straight into the men's bench press. I think it was too quick on the way down.
Yeah, she lost just a bit of control there. She's still in with a shot at the podium. 8 kilos behind on prognosis. 5 kilos ahead of Ingucio on subtotal. But Ingucio, as we've mentioned, opening at a record deadlift.
So the gold medalist of all three weight classes for the 43s, it's Pielnikova with 60. For the 47s is Yakovenko from Ukraine with 65. And for the 52s, Dora from Hungary, 87.5. We now move straight into the men's, starting off with a 53. Georgi Tsiklori from Georgia, 75. Again, quite the range of openers from 75 to 125. That's one quick descent.
That is one quick descent, and there is one very wide foot placement.
You can go as wide as you want as long as you don't touch the rack. And you have the glutes on the bench, obviously.
Obviously. Although it's such a wide stance, the glutes kind of can't even come off the bench.
Maybe that's the point. Now you're joining Ukraine, 80 kilos.
Solid first attempt for Chorny.
Next lifter out is Jakub Tylek from Poland, 97.5. He scored all three attempts in the squad events, managed a bronze medal with 175.
A 2-to-1 no lift, unfortunately. 2 red lights for elbow depth. I presume we're gonna see on the replay. Might have been a little high. We'll see if the jury says anything about it.
Adapting on the day regarding elbow depth is difficult. Now Samuel Moncos, Italy. went 2 for 3 in the squat event with a new European record of 191. He'll need at least an attempt in the bench and the deadlift for the record to count. No troubles with that opener of 100.
3 white lights and a good lift.
Same weights for Yasin Karkashaya, Belgium. Silver medalist of this squat event.
Three white lights, a strong first attempt. Looking at a potential bench press bronze medal and silver or bronze overall.
Interesting. Now Saba Gogi Chaisvili, Georgia, 120. I'm interested to see his technique because he's had multiple technical infractions in the squat event, and I'd say that the bench press is even more difficult in terms of technique.
That is true. We'll see how he does. Three white lights, no infractions on the first attempt.
I'd love to see a side angle for this one.
Yeah, another Georgian with a very wide leg stance.
Interesting.
A lot of movement in the body, but it was up and down the bench movement, not upwards from the bench movement.
Now 125 final opener for the new world record holder of the squat with 220.5 à Dantaron from France. I want to see the lights on that one. Yep, 2-1, but 1 red for elbow depth coming from the chief ref.
Yeah, we're gonna check that out on the replay, as will the jury.
Yeah, that left hand side is borderline. I don't know what they want to do with that.
Slightly asymmetrical. The right side definitely low enough, but the left side was there or thereabout. We'll see if the jury does anything about it.
They are taking the remote, and yes, the lift has been overruled. It is too high on the left hand side. So we move to the second round with 2 lifters out in the 59s, Taron and Tilek. And in the meantime, Georgi Tsiklori makes easy work of the 10 kilo jump.
Definitely no issues with depth. I believe his elbows might have went even lower than the bench pad. Yeah, they definitely did. $87.5, quite a fight for Yehor Chorny. 3 white lights, but that seemed to be right on the limit.
Yeah, that looked like top end.
Very much looked like top end, and the start of the press was practically at the same time as the press command, so I think he got away with it a little. But it's 3 white lights.
Now, one of the two lifters having troubles with elbow depth, Jakub Tajlek, Poland, retaking 97.5. Elbow depth, perhaps one of the most difficult things to correct on the day.
Yeah, you basically have to change your entire setup.
I think he sunk it at the bottom to correct what happened on the first round.
And it's a 2-1, better than the previous time, but the jury will review it.
Yeah, he's not safe yet. We'll have a closer look. It looks better than the first one. Is it going to be enough?
Yeah, very slightly better.
Still some discussions happening. And they are overruling it. No lift. I think it's only the left elbow that's incriminated here.
Yeah, that is trouble for Tilets.
Now Samuel Mancoso, Italy, 105, 5 kilo jump for that same amount of a personal best.
Three white lights, a good lift for the Italian.
Same weight for Yassin from Belgium, but a smaller personal best of 2.5.
Solid looking second attempt for the Belgian, and he's gonna need every kilo he can get in the bench press because Gogichaishvili will be catching up to him.
It's a pretty fast-paced bench press event because we now have Adotao back on the platform for 131 European record attempt. 6 kilo jump after missing 125 for elbow depth. I think their call here is the weight was not an issue. It was elbow depth. Does more weight help with elbow depth?
It could. I don't know him. I don't know his bench, so I don't know if it will. Definitely seems slightly risky. 6 kilo jump is a reasonable one, but with elbow depth issues, you never know.
The weight was not an issue. He'll need to convince the chief ref to prevent the jury from an intervention. I think he might have opened the elbows a bit more.
I think he skipped the start command. I think he skipped the start command there. Coach is going to the jury, maybe. Yeah, I think he skipped the start command, and that is really unfortunate. He has a record that needs to be
And the thing
solidified in the books.
the coaching staff cannot do anything about that. It's up to the lifter to just wait for the command. And once again, strength was not an issue, but now a missed command, troubles with elbow depth, and he's being surpassed by Saba Gokichaisvili from Georgia, attempting the European record with 132.5.
Interesting choice not to go for a chip here, especially because he is in quite a tight fight with Karkac of Belgium.
That's very much top end for him. 12.5 kg jump and a
2-1
new
lift.
European record, but one blue lights. So it could be for lack of lockout while presenting the bar, or while locking out, or downwards movements, which I don't see any.
No, I think the blue light was from the left side. The bar on the left side did slowed down quite a bit, maybe even dipped a little, but the thing you have to watch is the middle of the bar, and I did not see any sort of a dip there.
So in a pretty clear lead in the 53s is Mancosu from Italy. As it stands, with a new European record, Gogi Chaisvili leads the bench press events of the 59s, but we are missing both Taro and Talik on the board. Now Yorochoni from Ukraine is attempting 90, a 2.5 kg jump for that same amount of a personal best, but it's looking too heavy on the day.
87.5 was absolutely on the top end, so no kilos left on the platform.
Now Georgi Siklori from Georgia attempting 92.5 is surprisingly jumping 7.5.
Well, the jump from first to second was 10, so a bit too heavy. He was doing great work grinding through, but unfortunately not today.
Now a pivotal attempt, Jakub Tajlek from Poland, 97.5 again. It's a question of elbow depth. He was not far off last time around. The first attempt was pretty high, we must admit. That second one, the left elbow was very much on the fence. It could have gone either way.
The thing is, when you get a lift, a no lift once for elbow depth,
You're on the radar, that's true. But once again, 2-1. Good lift, but a possibility for the jury to intervene. Chief referee shakes his head. The jury is bending. I think
Looks
this
about
one
the
should
same.
pass. Yeah, this one is gonna pass.
he's on the board.
Jury
he is
member
safe.
sits back in their seats. Whew, we have one. We need another one, Taron, later on. But now it's 107.5 for Samuel Mancosu, Italy. Looks like he's gonna go 3 for 3 in the bench press event. New personal best is 5 for 6 so far. He's having a strong outing.
Yeah, and great attempt selection. Still projected second highest in the entire flight, with the 59s included.
Now Yasin Karkashaya, 107.5. He's looking at a personal best of 2.5.
And another one right on the limit. 2.5 kilos secured for the Belgian. He will definitely need them in the fight for the podium spots in the 59s, or in case Taron cannot get his third bench press on the board.
True.
This will turn into a fight for the title.
He's doing his part. He's going 6 for 6. Now a critical attempt. The clear favorite of the class, on the verge of bombing out in the bench press. This was a European record just a few minutes ago. Now it's just quote-unquote an attempt for a provisional bench silver to extend his lead in the class, to save himself, to save his world record attempt in the squat. Let's watch that left elbow. Can he find the answers? He waited for the commands, that's for sure. He manages the weight. How about his elbows? 2-1, a good lift, but jury's gonna look at it.
Let's see the replay from the front. Left elbow.
That seems fine to me. He is safe.
He
He's safe
is
on the board. A sigh of relief from all of France. So far, his record is safe. So it's a silver medal in in the bench press event. Whew, that was close. Way too close for comfort.
That was super close. That was literally millimeters on the left elbow.
And now to try and extend the European record, Saba Gogichaisvili from Georgia. 135, final bench press attempt of this morning's flight.
2.5 kilo jump from 132.5, but 132.5 was quite a fight.
Miracle in the making. No, that's not happening.
It's not happening, but he will walk home with a bench press gold and a new European record.
That's already a pretty solid accomplishment.
Absolutely.
It was an eventful bench press event in the 53s with 107.5. It's the Italian Moncosu that gets bench press gold. With a sigh of relief, Taron saves himself but only managed bench silver with 132.5, and with the same best attempt but lighter on body weight with a new European record, Gogichaisvili walks away with bench press gold. That was eventful. We'll need a break. We'll be back in about 9 minutes now for some deadlifts. See you then. The break is over, the wait is over. It's time for deadlifts. Starting off with the 43s, 47s, and 52s. We have a clear battle for the podiums on our hands. Look at the subtotals. Leading the 43s is Pilnikova with 162.5. Leading the 57s, tight class, 167.5 is Katerina Yakovenko. Leading the 52s, also a tight class, is King Theodora, but very much hunted by the Italian.
Oh, the Italian has dropped her deadlift opener down from the European record to 157.5, just playing it safe here, but she will definitely get into the record territory.
I think she dropped it just by a slight margin. Yeah, she dropped it by 5, just what she needs to still be on top of Dora after the first round, which is a good strategical choice. The first opener is Martina Chodea from Poland, 80 kilos. Very wide sumo, bit difficult off the ground, but that's the sticking point of the sumo basically.
3 white lights, and I think she's using a very narrow belt. You would usually see such narrow belts used to hold down the shirt in equipped bench, but with these smaller lifters, they are sometimes more comfortable.
95 for Katerina Yakovenko from Ukraine. She's opening 5 kgs above her deadlift BB.
Solid first attempt, 5 kilo personal best for the Ukrainian. She will be battling for overall silver in the 47s. Presuming everyone gets their opening attempts in, Greshkoyak will be quite far ahead in the lead, but the other podium spots are open.
Yael Shemesh, 100 kilos.
Three white lights, a good first attempt, secures a total, and should be reasonably close to a podium position. Try and battle it out with Yakovenko and Lopusanska, who is to follow. Not quite yet.
But next lifter out is Nelly Broskova, Czechia, opening with 105, the first 52 to open. Three white lights. That's almost a setup you would expect out of a strongman, but that's one we saw from a 52 sub-junior. Now back in the 47s, Nadia Loputsanska from Poland, 110.
Just waiting for the lights here, it looked strong. And it's three white lights as expected. She's on the board and she's in the fight for the silver and bronze medal in the 47s.
Now we increase the weight to 120 for Karolina Itzak from Poland. She was looking to be in the fight with Pilnikova from GB, but based on opener, it looks like a 10 kg gap. It's quite a lot.
Karolina's opening just 1.5 kilos below her personal best. See how this moves? It's not the fastest, but it's comfortable enough. It's 3 white lights, and
Yeah, I don't want to jump to conclusions now. I want to see Tiffany's opener before making any prognosis.
absolutely. But a 10 kilo gap is quite a big gap to close here in these super lightweight sub juniors. Bit shaky on the lockout, and
Yeah,
it's 3 white lights.
that's not the easiest of openers too.
I wouldn't say that deadlift was significantly better than the one from Ichak, so it might be wide open. We'll see.
Considering both of their opener were difficult, I wouldn't say wide open.
Okay, perhaps not wide open, but there is a possibility.
You never know, especially in the deadlift events. Now Lidia Keckowiak from Poland, 125.
If she gets this, she has a significant lead in the 47s.
Do you think that seals the deal or not yet?
3 white lights, I would say that seals the deal. With second attempts already put in, the closest competitor on prognosis is Yakovenko, 20 kilos back, and I don't see any of them making a 20 kilo jump from second to third.
Marie Louchard, Belgium, also 125. She's quite outside the battle for the podium, but still she's holding her own. She's 7 for 7 so far. Now bar is loaded for Andrea Carmona Perez.
135 on the bar, 2.5 below her personal best, and if she can get this, she is in a great position to grab the bronze medal. And that is a great first attempt, 3 white lights. Lusha will be trying to close up to her.
A tough ask, maybe.
Yeah, it will be a very tough ask.
I think she'll need Carmona to miss her last 2 deadlifts.
Pretty much. And even with that,
But
it will be a big ask.
We've seen that happen. Now King Sodora, Hungary, 150. A strong contender for the win. It's either her or Ingusio from Italy. Oh, looks like she has some strong arguments.
Very, very comfortable first attempt.
Oh yeah. Do not counter out. Now Eliza Machaska from Bulgaria, who unfortunately bombed out in the bench press event. She can still compete for a deadlift medal though.
She can still compete in the deadlift, and she can throw a wrench in the works of the Italian team, because even though she cannot get a record listed because she did not put up a total, she can still attempt record weights, which are
Reasonably close. 163 is the European sub-junior record.
and if she gets the record weight, she will be bumping Ingusio up.
I don't think she's coming out. I don't see her getting ready. When her lifter bombs out, The lifter can ask the jury to continue on with their competition. That's why they're allowed to compete for medals. But it looks like Elisa Matzarska has opted not to do so, but still left her attempt to get some more rest for the other lifters. It's fair play.
It's fair play. In such a big round of lifting, it doesn't make that much of a difference, but especially in very small rounds or with super heavyweight lifters, that extra minute of rest can mean a lot to the other lifters.
But it gives us the opportunity to thank one of our sponsors that we haven't shouted out so far. It's SBD, Strength, Belief and Determination, Squat, Bench and Deadlift, whichever one you prefer. They have a special edition t-shirt of the competition and it's looking extra good. There's an SBD booth here at the competition, or you can find it maybe on the website, I don't know. Now we move on to the title contender Miriam Inguscio, Italy, 157.5.
Strong first attempt for Inguscio.
And now place your bets, ladies and gentlemen, Inguscio or Doha?
Yeah, it's hard to judge because she's doing conventional, Dora is doing sumo. The characteristics of the two lifts are very different.
I agree.
They both had strong opening attempts, but with sumo, you can get the weight where it just doesn't leave the floor, whereas in conventional, you are usually able to grind through for a longer time.
It makes for an even more interesting battle, intriguing battle there, I'd say. And you can see the standings in the deadlift. It's even closer in the deadlift event than in total in those weight classes. 10 kilos separating the first 43s. Bit more in the 47s. Looks like Kryskowiak is very much in the lead. And only 0.5 based on their second attempt is separating Inguscio and Doha. We'll see who hits and who missed, starting off with Martino Chodera, 87.5. Somewhat sticky towards lockout.
A bit shaky on the top. It's a 2-to-1 good lift, a blue light from the right hand side referee. We're gonna check out the replay. Blue light would be for downward motion of the bar or supporting the bar on her thighs. I think she should be okay here. It was shaky, but I didn't see the bar dip visibly.
$100 kilos even for Katerina Yakovenko. Three white lights, reasonable second.
Next up, Shemesh from Israel. 107.5 kilos. So this is the second longest
A reasonable second for Yakovenko, and she is going to be in the lead heading into round 3 of deadlifts. But Lopuzanska will be very close behind.
107.5 for Shemesh. That's as sticky as it gets. I don't think it's gonna go up. She's emptied the tank. No lift for Shemesh.
She gives it a good go, but even if she got the lift, she would have been pretty far back in the fight for the podium positions overall.
I think the ball rolled onto her shins and she was not in correct position to pull.
We'll see. She will be able to have another go at it, and if she can get the 107.5, she can grab a deadlift medal.
Now Nelly Broskova, Czechia, 110, 5 kilo jump. That same strongman start to her deadlift.
3 white lights and a good lift.
Next lifter, Nadia Lopachanska, Poland. Taking a jump
Bars loaded for Nadia Loputsanska. 10 kg jump. That could be a lot.
It's a big jump, but if she does it, she will be right on the tail of Yakovenko. It's a very solid second attempt.
Good lift for Poland. Next lifter
The
up,
fight
also
for the
Poland.
silver medal position in the 47s is very much on.
Also up from her
Now 2 attempts at 125, both in the 43s. It's Itsak Delpilnikova.
The bar is loaded for Katarina from
5 kilo
Poland.
jumps for both seem reasonable for both. Neither of the opening attempts were particularly easy.
Yeah, none of them are pulling the trigger on a big second attempt.
Come on, Katarina.
And just does not leave the floor. As you said with sumo, the hardest thing to do is break the floor usually. And it seems like Pilnikova will be walking home the 43 kilo champion. We
Yeah.
don't want to call it too early, but from the looks of it, it would be a very hard job for Ichak to
Yeah,
close up.
If she scores this 125, it puts the nails in the coffin. It's done. When 125 doesn't budge the floor, it's pretty much done for Itsak. Let's see it. To be crowned champion, European champion of the 43s.
And that is a strong looking second attempt for Pilnikova. 3 white lights.
So now she's in the lead by 15 kilos. She has a provisional deadlift gold. She's done her part. Itsak will need a miracle to happen. Strong conventional pull for Lidia Greckowiak from Poland. She makes almost easy work of that 5 kg jump.
3 white lights and she is pretty much cemented. So 2 of the categories more or less decided at this point. One very much open, and the lifts from that category are to follow.
What a jump from 125 to 137.5. Marie Lusha is looking to climb onto the deadlift podium with that one.
Yeah, and a 10 kilo personal best on deadlift. Not too shabby.
I don't know if this was the original game plan or maybe the plan third and thinking they could pull the trigger to go for a deadlift medal. Oh, that's not a third. That's
Oh yeah,
not a third at all. 3 white lights.
definitely looks like a second. And with how that moved, if Carmona Perez, who is next up, shows any signs of weakness, the Belgians might try and take a shot.
Oh yeah. Imagine she can repeat that same kind of jump. Because right now, Andrea Carmona Perez is only going for 7.5, when Lusha went for 12.5. And keep in mind, you can change your final deadlift twice until your heel bar is loaded. That's a reasonable second for Andrea. 3 white lights, good lift.
Good lift. And the Belgian dreams of a podium
Yeah,
seem
they seem
not
to
very
fade
likely.
away. Because she'll need a 15 kilo jump. because she has body weight advantage, but still she needs a 15 kilo jump.
Even with an easy second, 15 kilos would be a big ask.
Yeah, I think in that case, Lucia is going to look at deadlift podium instead of overall podium. And now Elisa Matsarska has left her attempt again. So I think, Razem, you want to thank one of our sponsors, maybe Maniac Fitness?
I will take the 40 seconds and thank multiple sponsors. You mentioned SBD previously. Of course, the main presenter of the event, Maniac Fitness, providing us with the equipment here for the competition and the warm-up room. Alongside them, ESN for all of your sports nutrition needs, and visit Malta for when you want to visit Malta or perhaps go to one of the championships that are happening there.
Are we going to Malta anytime soon, Mr. Razi?
I believe
Yes, we
next
are.
February.
We are. So now the clock has run dry. Timeout, no lift, obviously. But now 157.5 for Kinsko Dora, Hungary, to try and retake the lead over Ingusio from Italy. Hungary versus Italy. Sumo versus conventional.
Ages-long battle. Strong looking second attempt for the Hungarian. She jumps in the lead. If she gets the white lights, we have a bit of a technical happening here. 3 white flags and the deadlift is successful for Dora.
Now the immediate answer from Miriam Ingusio, 163.5. You know what that means? It's a world record attempt for deadlift gold, provisional gold overall, and a world record. 3 good reasons to manage the attempt.
And this was planned as her opening attempt. They lowered it just to be safe. Will be a 3.5 kilo personal best for her.
Of course, if this was planned as an opener, 3 white lights, new world record for Ingusio in Italy, the lead in the 52s and provisional deadlift gold. But to be fair, nothing is decided yet. That's 380.5 for Ingusio, 380 for Doha from Hungary, and in provisional third from Spain, Carmona Perez in the 52s. In the 43s, leading the class is Pilnikova. I think the deal is sealed for Team GB. And in the 47s is Kreskowiak from Poland, second Yakovenko, and third Loputsonska. Nothing's decided to see who will be vice champion behind Kreskowiak in the 47s.
All will be decided in 13 lifts time.
Starting off with Martina Chodera from Poland, 90 kilos. PB attempt that's not going to leave the floor. No lift. Now, thanks to our spotters and loaders, the bar is going to be brushed and cleaned in between each and every attempt of the third round, as written in the rulebook.
You want to give the athletes the best chance possible in the very last lift of their competition. And here comes El Shemesh
Yeah, she's
for a
really-
second time at 107.5.
The last one rolled a bit in the direction of her shins. It threw herself out of position. She was not able to manage the weight. Maybe with a better starting position, this one will leave the ground.
Well, it does, and she's absolutely fighting it. Locks out. Let's wait for the lights, and it's 3 white lights.
I told you, I saw that one coming. I knew it was possible.
She can barely believe it.
Great recovery, great mental too.
Absolutely, any great call from you, Alex.
What can I say? What can I say?
Arcane knowledge.
Now Katerina Yakovenko, Ukraine, 107.5.
She's trying to defend the silver medal in the 47s. She has body weight advantage over Lopusanska, but Lopusanska will be going after her. Three white lights. Finishes the competition with 275, and Lopusanska will have to raise her last deadlift by 2.5 kilos to 132.5 to try and grab the silver medal overall.
Yep. It's hers to decide whether she wants to push for a deadlift medal or a overall medal. But for the time being, it's Nelly Broskova from Czechia attempting 115.
Three white lights, a good lift.
Next lifter out is Karolina Itzak. She's retaking 125. She's guaranteed silver in both deadlift and overall.
The bar is loaded. Let's go, Carolina.
125 did not leave the floor on her second attempt. Let's see if she can do it better this time. Unfortunately, not today.
No lift. Coming up next, Tiffany from Great Britain. Now going for
Next lifter out is the world champion, the European champion, but world record holder, I think. Oh no, not yet. Excuse me. Only European champion, which is not too bad. Tiffany Pilnikova from Great Britain, 130 kilos. This would give her 292.5 in total, which in the end would be a 20 kilo lead above Itzak. That's much bigger than we had anticipated. "15 seconds to get that bar moving."
And she does. Can she lock it out?
That's a proper third. Right on the money. 3 white lights, 292.5, and the title of European champion. That's already some good team points being scored by Team GB.
132.5 kilos. The bar is loaded. And she has taken
Bars already loaded for Nadia Lopusanska, Poland, 132.5.
kilos. But I think she has it. She's looking strong. Yes, all the way, come on.
That's not how a 12.5 kg jump is supposed to move. Wow, 3 white lights. Phenomenal final attempt.
Great fight there, and she hops into second position overall in the 47s, grabs the overall silver medal.
And provisional deadlift gold in the 47s, but Leah has reacted to it. She's bumping up her attempt by 2.5. Bars loaded, Lia Kreskoviak 135 in reaction to the 132.5 we just saw. She's already well in the lead in the class. She'll be European champion, but she wants deadlift gold.
It's hard work, but she locks it out. 3 white lights, she is the European champion, and a deadlift gold medal goes very nicely on top of that.
For the next group, and the next lifter is Marie-Laure from Belgium.
And speaking of team points, Poland is gonna get a whole bunch of them here.
Oh yeah. Second and third in the 43s. First and second in the 47s. That's pretty nice. Now a 10 kg jump from Marie-Laure from Belgium. She completely destroyed her second attempt of 137.5. She's adding 10 onto that to try and pull for a deadlift medal. She's fourth in the class. Fourth as we speak in deadlift. This is provisional third, so bronze. Just an early lockout at the knees. No lift, but it was reasonably close to be attempted.
Absolutely, it could have been there if the knees just stayed unlocked for 5-10 centimeters more.
Oh yeah. But she's had a great day. 8 for 9. 322.5. Nicely executed on the day. So the bronze medalist of both the class and the deadlift event, Andrea Carmona Perez, 147.5.
And that is a strong finish to the competition for Perez. 3 white lights.
That
And
podium was hers all the way. Next out, she's on a difficult streak. Elisa Matsarska. She hasn't scored an attempt since squat.
She has skipped her first 2 deadlifts. We'll see if she comes out for her third.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not expecting her to come out. I think once again, she's just letting the clock run. So we'll give us some time to maybe explain what's to expect with those final 2 deadlifts. For now, announced is 162.5 for Dora Kingsko from Hungary and 176.5 for Miriam Ingusio, Italy. I think this one might be a placeholder.
I think it's a placeholder as long as Dora does not get her third attempt in. If she does,
Now she'll drop down the attempt anyways.
if she does, she drops down the attempt. If she doesn't and Ingusio is in the lead, she could go for 393.5 for the total world record. It would be a long shot, but why not try if you are already the champion?
If you're already champion, what's there left to go for?
Absolutely.
So the 2 lifters to follow, Dora Kingsko and Miriam Ingusio, Hungary and Italy, both battling it out for the title of European champion. They both had a great day. We saw a record in the squat from Ingusio, a strong squat and bench from Dora, who regained 10 kilos on Ingusio during the bench press. But usually big bench press and big deadlift don't go together. She seems to be proving us wrong.
Absolutely. Strong all the way around. This is for the provisional lead in the 52s with only 1 competitor remaining after her.
I think she's done her part. 3 white lights, and the coaching staff of Italy is gonna need to adapt. Yep, attempt change coming in as expected. They're gonna lower the attempt to just what's needed. That's 385 for Doha in Hungary. They're loading 168.5 to go for 385.5, and this is where a record attempt comes in handy.
Absolutely, this is where a record attempt comes in handy, but it's all but guaranteed. Even a 5 kilo jump is still a significant amount of weight, and Miriam Ingusio is gonna have to work for that title.
So a world record deadlift is needed for Miriam Ingusio to walk away European champion.
The tension is building, the music here is absolutely banging.
All to be decided with one final pull. Miriam Ingusio world record attempt 168.5 for 385.5.
And she gets it locked out. 3 white lights, and she is your European champion and the world deadlift record holder. What a
Great
show.
achievements, yep. So the final standings in the deadlift event. Collecting deadlift gold in the 43s is Pilnikova with 130. Deadlift gold in the 47s with 135 is Kreskowiak from Poland. And with a new world record of 168.5 from Italy, Ingusio gets deadlift gold. Final placings, only 3 members of the 43s, so it's Chodera bronze, Itsak silver, and Pilnikova gold. In the 47s, bronze Yakovenko, silver Loputsonska, the champion Kreskowiak. And in the 52s, bronze medalist from Spain, Carmona Perez, second, so silver medalist from Hungary, with a great battle, Dora, and the European champion Ingusio from Italy. We move straight into the men's 125 for Georgi Tikleri. And we'll go as far up as 217.5 with his openers.
Solid first attempt for the Georgian. Secures a total and secures a silver medal in the 53 kilo sub-juniors.
The bar is loaded.
170 for Jakub Tilek, who managed to save himself with his final attempt in the bench press event. He struggled with elbow depth.
Another 3 white lights, another total secured. And we are going to be going back into the 53s.
So in the 53s, it's Samuel Monkosu, 175. Once again, he needs at least an attempt in the deadlift event for his record to be official is 191 in the squat event.
Three white lights, the record sealed in the books, and the title pretty much sealed in the 53s.
Easy work of 180 for Yelchony, Ukraine. I think this round will be moving quick. We only have 7 athletes. They are gonna need all 6 minutes of rest to perform to the best of their abilities.
The bar is loaded for Saba from Georgia. Let's go.
190 for Gogichaisvili from Georgia.
At the end of bench, it looked like it was gonna be very close between him and Karakash.
He benched a European record of 132.5, so he needs this attempt for the record to be registered, and a beltless attempt of 190 to the one. A good lift, but not the best of lockout according to the chief ref. And he seems to be signaling he's done for the day.
I don't know. It definitely looked like he was signaling that it's over. The lift will stand, even though it was a 2-to-1.
195 for Yasin Kakashaya. A bit of a surprise, he bumped up his attempt by quite a lot. Now he's forecasted in second position. Very comfortable.
That was a very easy first attempt for Karakash. And yeah, he was projected at the end of bench press right around 465, 470. Now he's got a 482.5, so there was about a 15 kilo increase in the deadlift opener, but no problem for him.
And now to assert dominance in the class, Sanon Taon from France, 217.5. By far the biggest opener. He also had troubles with elbow depth, but keep on bumping his attempt and finally managed his third. A wobbly lockout. Expecting some whites or some blues. It's only whites.
3 white lights, but such a wobbly lockout can sometimes be reason for blue lights. We're gonna take a look on the replay. If the bar does not move down, it's no problem. I think the movement was just in his shoulders, so he is okay. And he's 18 kilos off the European and World Sub-Junior total record in the 59s. So with some very reasonable jumps, he can probably get there as we start off round 2.
That's a shaky attempt. Yep. Double blues for supporting on the thighs. And 1 red for lack of lockout.
That is unfortunate for Ciclauri, but he has all the silver medals secured in the 53s. Nothing to lose, basically.
So Samuel Mancosu, Italy, the other 53, is bumping up his attempt by 10 kilos, going from 175 to 185. That's reasonable for a second, 3 white lights. But if he wants to go for a European record, he'll need 13 more. I think that's quite far.
13 would be quite a big jump, but he might as well go for it.
Yeah, he's already the champion by far. He's collected a record, multiple gold medals. So why not? Back in the 59s we go with Jakub Tylek from Poland going for a 15 kilo jump. Still pretty explosive. 3 white lights.
Same as we've seen with his squats, super explosive, super snappy, and looking strong.
Bar is now loaded for Yeochorny, Ukraine, also going for a 15 kilo jump from 180 to 195. That's provisional deadlift silver. Three white
Quite a
lights?
fight, but 3 white lights.
Yeah, it was a fight. Bar is loaded for Saba Gogichaisvili, Georgia. He seemed to be signaling that he was done for the day after his opener. He secured a total, he secured his European record in the bench press, but now he seems to be coming out.
Well, I think they realize that he's under threat from Tilets for the overall podium spot if he doesn't get any more kilos on the deadlift, so he might as well try and hold on to that overall medal. It's not easy, but decent enough. It's a 2-1, as was his previous attempt.
Yeah, once again he receives the red from the front. What looks bad from the front? Maybe the shoulders?
Probably the shoulders.
Maybe the knees or the shoulders, I'm unsure, but I think it's on the right side of the fence. So as it stands, Gogichaisvili is in second position in the deadlift event and in third in the class. Now Yasin Kakashaya is going for a 12.5 kg jump, a 7 kg personal best. That's 207.5. Provisional deadlift silver, provisional silver in the class.
Now the bar is loaded for Yasin from Belgium.
His opener was very convincing. I'm not surprised by the jump.
Absolutely, and if he gets this, he's pretty much uncatchable for the lifters behind him. Still a solid second attempt. Let's wait for the lights. It's 3 white lights and a good lift for the Belgium.
Yeah, I think you're right. It seems like a guaranteed silver medal overall in the class. Now 227.5 for Adontaron from France. It's a 10 kilo jump. That would give him 580.5. Just 8 kilos shy of the European and world sub-junior record.
We're definitely getting there. He has definitely grabbed enough of a lead to basically do what he wants here.
Basically, he just needs to convince the coach that he can load 8 more. And I think he does just that.
Absolutely, that was a comfortable second attempt. I think he has decided for himself. Does not care what the coach thinks.
Give me the ticket. Give me the attempt selection. I'm gonna write the number I want on the ticket. So the standings in both weight classes, Monkosu leading with 483.5 is gonna go for 498.5. 15 kilo jump, that's quite a lot, but why not? You are already the champion and leading both the deadlift and the class in the 59 is Adam Taron with 227.5 and 580.5.
Absolutely, and the world record would be quite a nice thing to go along with a title.
Now Georgi Tsiklori retakes 135. It's cleaner this time, 3 white lights.
Definitely better this time.
Once again, we are in the third round of deadlifts. So the bar is going to be clean brushed, everything it needs for the athletes to perform to the best of their abilities. No interference between chalk and baby powder, sumo and conventional.
The bar is loaded for Jakub.
Bar is loaded for Jakub Telek, 197.5. Back-to-back huge jumps for the Polish. Provisional 4th position in the deadlift event, 4th position in the class.
Oh, it's a big fight.
Oh, great recovery. I mean, 10 out of 10 for style.
Absolutely.
I don't think my back can manage that kind of movement.
Oh, mine definitely couldn't.
Back is loaded. Now Samuel Moncosu, Italy, is going for 200 kilos. What does that mean, Razem?
That means that if he is successful on the 200 kilo attempt, we're gonna have a new world and European total record going to Italy, going to Samuel Mancosu. 15 kilo jump. Big, but not unreasonable.
With the adrenaline kicking in, a world record at stake for Samuel. What?
3 white lights, and he makes it look easy. And there we have our first backflip of the competition, and I don't think it will be our last.
We do have a lot of bouncy sub-juniors. One day this is gonna enter the rule book and they're gonna receive the yellow for that, for sure. It's bound to happen.
I sure hope not. If nothing else, it's entertaining, and if they get hurt off the platform, it's kind of on them.
I told you the jury doesn't like that. We move straight into Saba Gokichaisvili's last deadlift. In the end, it's coming out. He's attempting 200. It's scrappy, but I don't think it's supporting on the thighs.
No, looked reasonably clean. 3 white lights this time.
Yeah, no reds this time.
477.5 for Goyichashvili.
So he'll be third in the 59s.
Yeah, I don't think there's a reasonable chance of Chorny going for his 3rd place.
It's too far. It's way too far. But Chorny is going to go for his 3rd place in the deadlift event. But I don't know if he has 205 in the tank. He should have gone for something lighter. He could have adapted after 200. He could have lowered his attempt to 202.5, maybe 200, depending on lot number. But he didn't, so no lift and no medals in the deadlift event.
Well, that is unfortunate. He did give it a good tug.
The last 2 deadlifts of the first flight of this championship. Yassin Karkashaya and Adam Taron, 215 and 237.5. Yassin has already solidified both deadlift silver and overall silver in the class. This one's for personal glory.
And this one is to break 500 kilos in total.
And to do that, he'll need a 7.5 kg personal best in the deadlift event. This one doesn't pass the knees.
That is unfortunate. The left hand, you could see the grip giving out.
But it doesn't change his position, so no real regrets on that one.
Absolutely. Might as well go for it.
And now is the time for the European champion, Adam Taron. He squatted a record of 220.5. finally managed a bench of 132.5. He's now standing on 580.5. He's looking at 590.5 for a world total record. And for that, he'll need 237.5. His final attempt is going to come out like a madman to close out his sub-junior career. To end on a high note before entering the juniors, it's quite a steep step. We have strong, very strong juniors, but to close out on a world total record, Adam Taron 237.5, now is the time.
And he's going up, locks out, looks clean, and it's 3 white lights for a new world total record for Taron.
No backflips though.
Afraid to hurt his back.
So that closes out the first flight of this championship, and what a flight it was. Look at the deadlift medals. Gold medalist with 200 kilos from Italy in the 53s, it's Samuel Moncosu. Silver medalist from Georgia, Joshi Tsikislori with 135. The deadlift podium in the 59s, bronze medalist from Georgia, Saba Gokichaisvili with 200. Silver medalist from Belgium, Yassine Karkashaya with 207.5. And the one you just saw, gold medalist, 235, Adam Taron from France. Final placings in the 53s, vice champion, it's Tsikislori from Georgia with 320.5. With a new record of 498.5. No, it wasn't a record, it was a deadlift record.
A total record.
A total, was it in the 53s? Yes, it was. You're
so,
right.
yes.
Yeah, 498.5. Samuel Moncoso is the champion from Italy, also with a new record in the squad of 191. Strong performance out of him. And the podium in the 59s. Koki Chaisvili takes home a medal for Georgia, bronze medalist with 477.5. Silver medalist vice champion from Belgium, Yassine Karkashaya with 495. And finally, the champion, European champion with a new world record of 590.5, Adam Taron from France. In just a few minutes' time, the medal ceremony, we're going to hear La Marseillaise for the champion of the 59s, and we'll be back at 3 in the afternoon for the second flight of the championship, sub-junior men 66s, and the Special Olympics flights.
That is going to be interesting. Join us back then, and also stay here for the medal ceremony. We will see you back.
in this European Championship here today. We are going to move on to the podiums, starting with the squat medals for the 43-kilo women, where we have our bronze medalist, Marcina Rodera of Poland, with a 72.5-kilo squat. Please step up on the podium. Silver medalist, Karolina Inchak, Poland, 100-kilo squat. Our gold medalist for squat, Tiffany Filikova, Great Britain, with 102.5 kilo squat. Thank you so much, guys. Well done. Moving on to the bench medals. Bronze medalist, Marcina Rodera, Poland, 35 kilo bench. You have to step up again. It's like another workout happening now. Silver medalist, Karolina Inchak, Poland, 52.5 kilos. And bench press gold, Tiffany Filikova, Great Britain, with a 60-kilo bench. Thank you so much, ladies. Moving on to the deadlift medals for the 43-kilo category. Bronze medalist, Marcina Rodera, Poland, 87.5 kilos. Silver medalist, Karolina Inchak, Poland, 120 kilos. And deadlift gold goes to Tiffany Filikova, Great Britain, with a 130 kilo deadlift. Thank you very much, ladies. Well done. Now, for the total podium in the 43-kilo class, bronze medalist with a 195-kilo total, Marcina Rodera from Poland. Silver medalist with a 272.5-kilo total is Karolina Inchak, Poland. It's getting heavy with all these medals now, guys. And our European champion in the 43-kilo sub-junior class, Tiffany Filikova, Great Britain, with a 292.5-kilo total today. Please all stand up for the national anthem. squat medals. Bronze goes to Yael Shemesh of Israel with a 90 kilo squat. Squat silver to Katerina Yakovenko with a 102.5 kilo squat. And squat gold goes to Lydia Greszkowiak of Poland, 105 kilo squat. Thank you very much, guys. Moving on to the bench press medals. Bench press bronze goes to Lydia Greszkowiak, Poland, with a 57.5 kilo bench. Bench press silver to Yael Shemesh of Israel, 57.5. And bench press gold goes to Katerina Yakovenko of Ukraine with a 65 kilograms today. Thank you very much and well done. For the deadlift medals, bronze medalist Katerina Yakovenko from Ukraine with a 107.5 kilo deadlift. Deadlift silver, Nadia Lopushanska of Poland, 132.5. And deadlift gold goes to Lydia Greszkowiak of Poland with 135 kilo deadlift. Thank you very much. Well done. Now for the total medals in the 47 kilo class. Bronze medalist Katerina Yakovenko, Ukraine, with a 275 kilo total today. Silver medalist Nadia Lopushanska, Poland, with 277.5 kilo total. And our European champion in the 47 kilo class is Lydia Greszkowiak, Poland, with a 277.5 kilo total. Please all stand up for the national anthem of Poland. Moving on to the 52 kilo category and the squat medals. Squat bronze goes to Andrea Carmona Perez of Spain with a 132.5 kilo squat. Squat silver goes to Kinchko Dora of Hungary, 135 kilo squat. And squat gold to Miriam Inguschio of Italy, 139.5 kilo squat. Well done, guys. Thank you very much. As for the bench press medals, bench bronze goes to Marie Louchard of Belgium, 67.5 kilos. Bench press silver to Miriam Inguschio of Italy, 77.5 kilos. And bench press gold to Kinsko Dora of Hungary, 87.5 kilos. Well done, guys. Thank you very much. For the deadlift medals, deadlift bronze goes to Andrea Carmona Perez from Spain, 147.5. Deadlift silver to Kinsko Dora, Hungary, 162.5. And deadlift gold goes to Miriam Inguschio, Italy, 168.5 kilos. Thank you very much and well done. Now for the total podium in the 52 kilo category. Bronze medalist is Andrea Carmona Perez from Spain with a 342.5 kilo total. Silver medalist Kinsko Dora, Hungary, 385 kilo total today. And our European champion in the 52 kilo category is no one less than Miriam Inguschio of Italy. 385 kilo total. have Georgi Siklauri of Georgia with an 85 kilo bench press. And bench press gold goes to Samuel Mancuso, Italy. I think you guys can stay on the podium. As we move on to the deadlift medals. Deadlift silver, Georgi Siklauri, Georgia, 135 kilo deadlift. And gold for deadlift to Samuel Mancuso, Italy, with a 200 kilo deadlift. Well done. As for the totals, we have our silver medalist, Georgi Siklauri from Georgia, 320 kilo total. And our European champion today in the 53 kilo category is Samuel Mancuso, Italy, 490.5 kilo total. Well done. Please all stand up for the national anthem of Italy. everybody. Now for the total podium. In bronze position we have Saba Ogishashvili, Georgia.